Good evening. Good evening. We welcome everybody here today. Welcome to this today's live broadcast bootcamp on video editing. It is great having you here. How many people are online? We welcome every one of you here tonight for today's for the day 2 broadcast. The day 2 bootcamp. Okay. Okay, if you are here, kindly signify by raising up your hand, sending your emoji in the comment section if you are present. Okay, you know you're present, you can send in your emoji. Okay, we're about starting now. Still waiting for a few participants to be present. Okay. Okay. So very briefly, we'll review what we did yesterday in a jiffy. Okay, we're going to be reviewing what happened yesterday. And I believe that some of us who was not able to meet up with this session, I I hope we were able to go through the broadcast afresh yesterday because we were able to release it so that you can fully go through them. All right. So I hope we were able to go through the broadcast yesterday. We did some we did introduction to CapCut. We did some things about Premiere Pro yesterday. Okay, all right. So okay, so remember we did introduction to CapCut yesterday. How many of us can we review the interface overview, right? The interface overview. Okay, I'm waiting for you. How many persons are present? Okay, dear, talked about importing clips and organizing media yesterday, and I hope that we were able to remember everything. We made some emphasis on them over and over again. Okay, today, okay, there will be a short recap. So for today, we shall be reviewing the basic editing techniques and text overlays. Basic, basic editing techniques and text overlays. Okay, and the objective for today is for you to learn how to cut, trim, or arrange and enhance your clips with text, okay, and simple effects. Okay. The quick recap for yesterday was a review, which was the day one task was was on the introduction to CapCut on your mobile device. Later, we did review on the desktop CapCut interface as well, and then Premiere Pro. We did some reviews on the Premiere Pro. Okay, all right. Okay, so is there any question about yesterday's bootcamp? Was there any question on yesterday bootcamp? How many of us is present? Okay, I'll still give you some few minutes. I want to be very sure that most of us are already present. Okay, I want to be sure most of us are already present. Okay, all right, I'll be waiting just a few minutes time. Okay, one moment. We're still waiting for your. Okay, we'll soon start. Waiting for a few participants to be on board. If you are already present, signify by sending in your message in the live session. Okay. Okay, so very fast, we did important clips yesterday. The first, we were able to launch our CapCut. I think we downloaded our CapCut on our mobile device. Then after that, we imported media from our storage. We imported media from our storage. Then we were able to go through the interface. We talked about few things: the importing, the exporting of your project. Made an emphasis on two things when it comes to video editing. Is it 2 years straight? Whenever you want to embark on a video editing project, one of the things that you must remember is that you are going to import, create a new project, import, edit, and export, right? Import, edit, and export when you are with your software, when you have launched it, okay? Yes, when you have launched your software, Okay, so we did walk you through Premiere Pro as well, if you could remember. All right. So we decide to come for this. We'll be using this today so that it will be a little bit more bold on your screen compared to the portraits we did yesterday. Okay. Um, so if you're present, kindly go to your software and launch your CapCut on your device. Okay. Launch your CapCut on your device. Remember that when you launch your CapCut, okay. Um, okay. Okay. Remember today, if you will learn how to cut your clip, trim, arrange, and enhance the clips with the text and simple effects. Okay. Um, Remember yesterday we did some reviews on the menus such as the edit, the text, the audio, okay, and more. Help we remember what we did yesterday, and we talked about the stickers, effects, audio, edit, text, audio, effects. All right. Okay. So in a jiffy, I will walk you through this item again. In the edit panel, remember the first thing you're going to do is to launch your software and make sure that it shows it will show you new project with this plus icon, this blue plus icon. You click on the new project, okay? You select it, and as soon as you select the new project, what it's going to do to you is to bring you to your gallery, video and audio gallery, okay? So you will be able to select your footage. You have a video that has already been a video that has already been shot with your phone camera. So what you now do is to bring in, you will be able to explore your phone storage. Okay, you will be able to explore your phone storage. Okay, so as soon as you click on the plus new project, you will see either video or photos on your device and check through. So whatever that is on your phone, you go through it. Anything you want to edit, pictures or videos, you're going to select it. you will select it and you will see the add button bottom left. Okay, when you are done selecting the items you want to edit on your device. Okay, so and you can select as many as possible. You can, there's now 3 items. One item can be selected, 2 items can be selected, and more. All you just need to do is to click on that round shape at the top left, the top right corner of the footage. Okay, so and looking at it now, when you double click on it, you can actually preview your footage and trim it. Okay, if you look at it very well, you see the yellow part. That yellow part, that's that long frame, that frame that is rectangled with the cyan color. You look at it very well, you find out that you can actually trim the footage where you want it to start from and where you want it to end, and preview it from that place. That's your gallery. Double click on it, you see the trim. When you click on OK, it will trim the video for you. Okay, and trim it from the beginning to the end where you were exactly where you want to. Then you click on the mark icon, the icon at the bottom right. Okay, oh yes, so and when you are done with that, you click on your add button at the bottom right corner. Bottom right corner, your add button. Remember, when you look at it, you see that your add button is inside a blue button. See the word add on it, select it. It will come to your timeline, just as you can see right now. All right. Oh, that is that. So in a moment, I want to review the, what is the code? Okay, I want to review the item once more. Okay, so we talked about the edit menu. Okay, we talked about the edit menu yesterday, which contained the split, the speed, the volume, the animation, the delete. When you click on the edit menu, you see the split button, speed, volume, animation, delete. Okay, I remember that when you use the split button, it will help, it will slice your footage into to wherever that your marker is at that point, your playhead. That very point where your play ruler is. Okay, you can slice the footage into two, so you can scroll by using your left, using your hand to swipe between the timeline, left or right. Okay, you can click on your play button. When it plays, you can pause it. If there's any part that you do not like or you don't want to see in the footage, what you do is to come to your edit menu and select split. So when you select the split button, what you will see is it will cut. Yes, Okay, remember what we were talking about? The split button. Okay, we had a split button. Okay, so we have the split button, and that was that. It includes to split, to speed, to volume, animation, delete. Okay, so the speed under inside your edit menu is to do what? Is to the split is to do what? Is to help you slice your footage into to cut it a clip at the point at the selected point where your whatever is your playhead. Okay, so we have the speed to slow down or speed up clips. And we have the volume to adjust sound levels to either increase it or lower it. Then we have the volume adjustment, okay, to adjust your sound levels. We talked about animation is to add in and out motion effects. Delete is to remove clip from timeline. Okay, all these item I mentioned are listed under the edit menu. If you open it, okay, they are listed under the edit menu. When you click on your edit menu, you see all these items I was talking about. So that one is that. We have the text, which is to add titles, captions, or subtitles. We have the customized font, color, position, and animation. We have add background music, sound effects, or voiceovers. We have sounds, music tracks, effects, SFX like click swipes. We have audio from your videos. We have record your voice directly. We have the effect. Remember under your audio um, menu. Remember where we have the menu yesterday? It is at the bottom. Okay. All right. So the audio menu helps you to add background music. It helps you to add background music, sound effects, or voiceovers. Okay. So for the sound, we have sound. The options we have Okay, so we have the sounds which has to do with the music tracks. We have the effects which has to do with the sound effects, like clicks, swipes. Okay, we have the extracted audio from your videos. We have the voiceover record your voice directly. We have the effects menu. Okay, so in your effect menu, you get to apply visual effect to your clips, e.g., glitch or blur or retro. Okay, we have a category. The categories include basic, party, trimming, and more. That is for the effect, to make your footage to be blur or retro or glitch. So remember that in order for you to add a footage, in order for you to be able to effect all these changes on your footage, what you need to do is to ensure that your footage is selected. Okay, your footage is selected. When your footage is selected, you ensure you select your footage first before going to those menu, maybe effect menu, to apply any visual effect or of any type. Maybe it is a glitch, maybe it is a blur, retro. Ensure that you have selected your footage first. Okay, so that is effect. So we have overlay. Okay, so your overlay is a contains a layer a second video or image on top of your main. Okay, it helps you to put a layer, or it helps you to place a separate video or image on an existing video, right? Are you catching the gist? An existing video, a video you've already imported on your timeline. If you go to the overlay button, the overlay menu, and select overlay, you will be able to select a new video or image and place it at the top of the existing video, rescale it to your own choice. You can also make it a layer by layer. You can make it a picture in picture comparison style edits. So that is that about that. We have the stickers. And what happens in the sticker is to help you add animated emojis, icons, and decorative elements. Okay, so we have the canvas. So now the canvas also helps to resize your video frame. The canvas menu helps you to resize the video frame. It helps you to add background color. It helps you to blur behind clips. All right. So we have, that is the canvas. It helps you to resize your frame. Maybe you want to, the frame is on YouTube 16:9 or TikTok 9:16. You can change it in your canvas menu. Remember? So we talked about these filters can help you to change the color tone of your video. Okay, it can help you change the color tone of your video. It includes beauty filters and cinematic looks. All right, and we have the adjust menu, which helps you to manually adjust the brightness, contrast, saturation, etc. And it is great for color correction. So we have the export top right corner. Okay, we have the export at the top right corner. So you can tap on the export to save and export your final edited video. Click on choose resolution such as 720 or 1080 0p. Wow. Okay, so that is basically that about that. And we're able to walk through the Premiere Pro. Remember, we did some item on Premiere Pro and we discussed the file menu. Okay, we discussed the file menu, we discussed the edit menu, we discussed the clip sequence marker menu. So and so on and so forth. We highlighted some key features of your core workspace panels, which is the project panel where all your imported media is listed, timeline panel where you assemble and edit clips, source monitor where you preview raw clips before you're adding to your timeline. You have the program monitor preview which helps you to preview the edited video. You have the effect controls. It helps you to adjust video or audio effects. We also have the tools panel. Razor helps you to select razor, cut them, pen, hand, and other tools. Okay, so basically that was what we were able to review yesterday, right? And so for today, we'll be cutting, trimming, arranging, enhancing the clips with text and simple effects. So it is very dynamic. Okay, it is very, very dynamic and easy. All right, very dynamic and easy, right? Okay, so you get to see that this very point you can reskill. You can make your video to be on the full screen or send it back to the normal screen. You can put your preview on the full screen by selecting that. I believe you remember what we clicked yesterday. Just do that icon we just clicked a few minutes ago. Okay, so you see where we have our resolution, which is that 1080p at the top left, the top right rather, after the first one, which has to do with the export. We get to change resolution to 1080p, 2K or 4K resolution, or your frame rate to 30 frames per second, okay, or 25 frame or 50 frame, okay, your color rate and all of that. So when you're done, you select your click your clip. All right, so remember that your timeline is dynamic. You can use your hand to be swiping and the video will be swiping, okay. And the point that you're ready, look at the way it is. The point that you're ready to trim, you can trim it, okay. So that is that about that. Remember what we have, the text menu, and go to your text menu and add. You can, okay, we have templates, we have edit. Remember, you can see them. We have the template, we have, okay. So but then looking at it right now very clearly, you can go to the end of your footage. When you get to the end of your footage, you see, and one of the most important thing on this item is ensure that you pay attention to reading everything that you see on your screen, okay. And one of the ways that you can be very good, very good, is to make sure that you read every single information that you see. Each of the tools that you see in them, they are all useful and they all have their features, okay. So you see at the end part of this footage, you see a plus icon that indicates add ending to your video. Okay. Okay. So if you look at it very well, you see plus icon and an image, a plus icon where you can also bring in more footages. Okay. So let's go a little, let's explore it more. Okay. Edit menu, audio menu, text menu. Each of them has their function accurately, and remember that you can swipe left and right. Okay. And remember that you can trim your videos. Okay. Okay. So in your edit, you see the split, you see the speed, and so on. So this is your footage now. At that very point, you can also drag. You can also tap and hold and drag at that very white shape at the edge, very edge of that footage. You can trim by dragging, and you can also trim maybe at the beginning or the ending, and you can also trim at the center. Okay. And this is another method. This one is not trimming it. Okay. This very one is it's taking the this very drag and hold method will only help you guys from the beginning or the end or at the edge of a footage. All right. At the edge of a footage, you can drag left or right to reduce or shorten the duration of that footage. So now remember that you also pay attention to your listening, listening to what the audio is saying. Okay. It is also very important that you listen to what your audio is saying. Okay. So you have your splits. If you probably take your split will help you to be able to slice your footage maybe at the middle. Okay, look at it now. At this very point now, you want to slice it. Okay, when you stop that particular white marker, you can resize it from there. Okay, you can split it from that very point. Now, pay attention to this detail. Okay, your most important objective is to ensure that can you see the what is it called, the undo and the redo button? The most important thing that you should understand, okay, is that whatever footage that is not good or okay, or a particular information or something that the person is saying and you don't want it to appear, your objective is to ensure that you are able to remove it from the entire clip or the video, okay, or the footage. Your mission is to make sure or ensure that you are able to remove it. All right. So that's about it. So now when you look at it very well, split your footage left. You check it from the beginning of where. If you look at it from here now, you'll find out that this clip has been sliced. It has been sliced between. And whenever you slice any clip, you see a demarcation, a tiny demarcation between them. All right. You see a tiny demarcation between them, like a line in a shadow kind of form, very kind of a little bit tiny. Okay. So in order for you to know that okay, this clip is indeed splitted, is when you start clicking it and it is not in a whole form. It is not in a full form again. When you begin to click it and it is in bit by bit, rest assured that it has been sliced or splitted into two. Okay, it has been sliced or what? Has been sliced up, splitted into two. One moment. I want to. Okay. Now your footage must be it must be between these clips. Okay. The all right. So and when you slice it, it will respond. So as soon as you've sliced it, you'll find out that it is now separated from the entire footage. Okay, it is separated from the whole or entire footage. And when you look at the edit menu, you see the delete the delete, and also click on the delete for in order for you to be able to delete the footage. So that is that about that. I think we'll be fast now. We'll be very fast right now. So see the split, and when you click on the delete button, that very part that you've highlighted and you have okay, it will delete. So pay attention and just observe what is happening. So this feature is a feature that has to do with the delete, the split. Okay, and if you split your footages bit by bit the way you want it to be arranged, you can rearrange it. You can drag the beginning, put it at the middle, you can bring it back. Are you getting it now? So something of that nature. And we have another feature. We have the captioning. Okay, we have the feature of the caption, auto caption. Okay, for your footage. All right. So looking at the what is it called? You see the add audio, and you see the add what is it called? One moment. So remember that in order for us to add a newer clip on the same video, we can use the menu of the overlay, right? You can use the menu of the overlay and you select to take you to your phone gallery and again. So there you are able to select, able to check and select the very able to select the very item that you needed to select. Okay, you go through it, look at the gallery, bring it more, look at this very one, now you see an overlay. All right, you've been able to bring in a new footage in addition to the existing footage on your device, right? All right. So remember, everything on your timeline is very dynamic. You can select anything, can drag them right, left, up, and down. All right. So what you do is to explore them, ensure that you are able to effectively explore the options, effectively explore their options. Looking at this very well now, you find out that the overlay video is at the top of the existing one that we first imported, right? All right. You can still click on your overlay again. Remember when we get our overlay, select overlay again, take it to your gallery, right? To take it to your gallery and you'll be able to bring in a newer footage in addition to the existing footage. Right now we have two footage on the timeline. Okay. We have two footage on the timeline. Okay. So, but then this very method is such as a B-roll, but I'm not going to make much emphasis on it. All right. So, but then you find out that each of these item, if you look at the video there, you can rescale, then you can zoom in, you can zoom out. All right. Okay. So make sure that and in order for you to be able to achieve any of this, remember that you will have to select. You will have to do what? To select first what you're about to work on before you can see the effects taking place on it. So see the functions. All the functions are well listed. They are working effectively. Remember that we went to the overlay and we were able to select the very video that we want. And remember that before bringing it here, you can choose the in point of your video and the out point. So your in point is such as, look at this yellow, the yellow edge. If you look at the timeline, look at this footage. This very one at the whole footage can be trimmed. Like this very method is using the trim method, in point and the out point. Okay, where you get to drag and bring the features of your item closer. All right. Where you bring the features of your item very, very close, right? Okay, so and when you have finished trimming the very part you need to trim, click on your add. It will add it to your timeline. Okay, to add it to the timeline, and you say in previewing, scrolling it, you see that different excerpt of footages are being introduced. Okay, so we look at it. There is this the option of the transitions. So your transition can take place now. You're going to be working between, in order for you to operate with your transitions or add transitions to your footage, to ensure that the footage or the video is sliced. The video is sliced, the footage is sliced. So that very poor part where you slice the footage is where you can apply your transitions. Right? So transitions operate between two clips, two sliced clips in between two sliced clips, right? So if you look at the transitions, you'll see different options, all right? And you can also add it at the beginning of a clip or at the end of a clip or between two footage or a particular footage and it is sliced into two or two different footages beside each other. You can apply your transitions on it. Are you getting it? Are you with me? So we have the option of the auto reframe, camera tracking, basic, cut, alt out. All right. So take a very close look of what is happening on the screen. Take a close look of what is happening on the screen. All right. So your cutout can actually remove your footage background. And you can get to bring in a new a picture overlay, put it under your video, so that the original background that came with your footage can be replaced by a newer one, which are importing or adding to the clip. All right. Okay, so remember we talked about your transitions can only be applied to maybe at the beginning of a footage, or at the end of the footage, or at the center of a footage, at the particular point of a footage. Okay, that is where your transition can be added. All right. Okay, so that is where your transitions can be added when a footage is sliced into two. That very point where you trimmed it or you sliced the footage, you can add your transition between that place. All right. If we look at it now, you see different forms of transitions there, different types of transitions there, and you can find out that these transitions, CapCut has made it easier that you can preview your transitions, the way they are going to be responding to your visual or your video before you even apply them, right? Okay, so in your transitions, you find out that there are two major, which is a transition that is to introduce the in transition and the out transition. So there are two major things. When you are cutting, there is in, there is out. In, out, you select it, you delete it. In, out, you select it, you delete it. Okay. In, out, you select it, and you delete it. Okay. So now, when you're playing your footage, remember that what you are removing is the very video that you do not want to see. Okay, the one that you do not want to see, that is what you are removing. Okay, so there is two action: in point, out point, or that very video or that very part you don't want to see. You mark it the very point you don't want it to select it, the out point where it ends, you select it, then you split it, then you pick that very footage at a small portion, that small portion you sliced out, that you separated from the whole video, you select it and click on your delete. All right, then your video will ripple, they will join together, right? Okay, please kindly take note of this option. So you see that our animation, we have the in point, the in transition, and we also have out transitions. You can expand the duration of your transition. All right, look at it. Okay, All right, you can expand it, you can reduce it, you can make it come in sharply, and you can make it to go to exit sharply. So that is that. So if you look at the text menu, you see that in the text, you have the ability to bring in a new text, right? A new what? A new text. So you select your add text, or you use the text template, or you use the pen, the draw tool. Okay, so you can click on your select. We select add text. It will pop up as this. Then you see your plus. You see where you can rename your text, where you can type in your name, the name of your text. You see the color palette, the text color palette, and if you change it, it will start bringing effect on your on your text. So we have different type on the font. We have the style. We have the vert. All these features are also embedded in your font or your text, right? Okay, so you see that you can expand or you can shorten the text. So it's very dynamic. As you have clicked on that add button, the text has popped in. The text is there. You can drag it, you can position it, you can carry it, put it wherever you want it to be. All right. It is very dynamic. So, and after that, you see there is an option for you which has to do with the text template. We have different type of template that has already pre-made by the developers and is in the application all for you. So all you need to do is to explore, look at the preview. Does it look like what I want? Does it look like the text animation or text I really want to see on my screen? Are you getting it? Yeah, so something of that nature. All right. So you see the see a text. Your footage has already been. So most important thing is your video is well cut, so you can preview it from beginning to the end. And one of the things you can do is to make sure that the first thing you do is to make sure that okay, your footage that your footage is well removed. When we say edit, it means to carefully watch every part that you don't want to see produced, every part of the video that you don't want to see out there. That is what it is to edit it. So when you're editing it, it shows that you're going to be using this tool under the edit menu, which has to do with the split and the delete button. And in order for you to be able to delete a particular part of your footage that you are not interested in, what you're going to be doing is to go to your edit menu, select your split in the beginning of that place where the person sees something that is not going to be included in the final output, what you don't want to see in the final output. The beginning of what this person is saying. Somebody is saying, speaking. I go to school. I was about to, when I left. Now that I was about to, maybe you are not interested. The conversation started with probably I go to school or I went to school. I was about to. Are you getting it now? So maybe at the beginning you're okay with what you have in the beginning, but that I was about to, you don't want it. So you go, you play it to the very end point where the person made that statement where you want to remove. Then you go to the end point where he finished saying the statement that you don't want to see that clip. So when you go to the beginning of the statement where you don't want it to appear on the final output, you stay there with your cursor, your playhead, go to your edit menu, select your split, it will slice the video into two. Then go to the out point. Remember, you have to take in point, out point. So you go to the out point. That out point is the point where he finished saying that thing that you intend to remove from the entire footage. Okay, that thing that he has finished removing from the entire footage. You can slice it, remove it. Okay, so something of that nature. Let us continue. Okay, so basically, we may first, I think, so you can also add animation to your footage. Okay, you can add animation to your footage. So make sure that you go through every single menu that you see on your menu bar. Your menu bar, which is at the top, at the bottom. See the edit, audio, text, overlay, effects. All right. Then your filters you adjust. And remember that you have to make sure that your playhead, your timestamp, your very time, that very point, all this white, whatever you're saying, that is the item that can help you to slice or to be able to operate your in and out and all of that. All right. So very fast, we round up with this project in a jiffy. You go home and do more practice. So, boy, what you should do is to make sure that you are able to explore this feature effectively. Make sure that you are able to explore this feature effectively. All right. So remember that you can bring in your footage in. You can bring in your footage, but then the audio menu helps you to add the music. It helps you to add the music to your footage, to your timeline. All right. It helps you to be able to add. Okay, so that is that about that. Just your volume. Select your volume, bring your volume in. Okay. Okay. You explore it, you go through phone device and make sure that you're where you saved it. So one of the things that you can do is to make sure that you are able to arrange your footage on your device first. You can probably make sure you are able to create a folder in your in your phone, arrange your footage, the very footage you want to edit, the video and the audio, put them, copy and paste them or cut them, put them inside a folder before you start bringing them in. So you look at the video wave, the audio is already imported. Okay, the audio is up. Um, Now, if you look at this audio wave, you discover that the very part that you want it to be on the footage is where you make sure that you preview it, you listen to it, and make sure that it is the in point is starting from the point you want the audio to start playing from, and the out point should be where you want the audio to stop at. Okay, you can drag left or right. All right, so in the audio, we have the adjust, the loudness adjustment, where you get to be able to increase the volume wave, you reduce it as well. So the more you drag it forward, 100% or lower, the more you drag it further, the more the volume increases. We reduce it, reduce. Okay, so and if you're making a video and bringing a soundtrack, make sure that the soundtrack is possibly a little bit lower, or your audio, your voice over, or the person speaking is audible enough. Okay, here's make sure that it is audible enough. So remember your split, remember your delete under your edit menu. Be very familiar with those two tools. Okay, choose an in point and out point, mark it, split it, select that very part you don't want, click on the delete. That's all right. Okay, so this is basically the CapCut mobile. All right, so when you're done, you click on your export. You click on your export, and that is all for the CapCut. Okay, I believe most of us know where we can export the footage, right? I believe most of us know where to export the footage. Um, so basically, that is what the video, that is all about a CapCut. So let me re-emphasize and show you know that it's very important you know that your in point and your out point is the most important function. In point and out point, your cursor swiping between your timeline. Basically, your timeline has the capacity to contain two items. It has the capacity to receive. It has the capacity to contain a video. It has the capacity to contain an audio. You can import an audio timeline. You can import a video timeline, right? You can import a video timeline and an audio timeline. I'll be with you. One moment. Okay, so very fast. Uh, there's something that we did. Some I believe you should be able to remember these functions. You should be able to remember these functions. So ensure that most of the tools are in the menu. Selecting your footage in point and out point. And if you want the entire footage to be affected with that particular tool, that particular effect you want, leave it as that. Okay, you leave it as that. So okay, so it's unfortunate some people are unable to make it, or if you're unable to make it from the beginning, try and go through the entire footage once more. Okay, so okay, one moment. So okay, so let me just remember what we all did right now. For few people just joined, few persons just joined. I'll recapitulate few items to you so that you can understand what we did today. So we just in a jiffy highlighted on the objective of today's event, bootcamp, and it was based on cutting, trimming, arranging, and enhancing your clips with effects and simple effects. Okay, so then remember that your assignment or your objective in cutting or trimming a particular footage is to remove that very part that you don't want to see in the footage. All right. Yes. So that very part you don't want to see inside that video, that is what you're going to remove from the entire footage by marking in or out. All right. So that is what today's event was all about. Then try as much as possible to go through this bootcamp once more as soon as we are able to release your footage publicly, or peradventure we are yet to still release it. For those who have the link, kindly ensure that you are able to go through the whole item all over again. Okay, so we did a short recap on what happened yesterday, the first day, and all right. which has to do with bringing in, creating a new project, clicking on the plus as soon as you have launched your, as soon as you have launched your, what's it called? As soon as you have finished launching your CapCut. So you see the new project and you select the plus, takes you to your phone gallery, you're able to bring it. So now today we're able to talk about address the trimming, the cutting, and rearranging clips. All right. Yes. So and in order to demonstrate it, remember that yesterday we talked about the edit menu, and when you hear edit, is a feature that helps you to be able to split, delete, move clips around your timeline. All right, to move clips around your timeline. All right, so and then the trimming helps you to cut, right? Splits. No, so that is majorly about that very one. Um, okay, all right. Adding and customizing text. So you look at the text menu. When you select it, you see varieties of text you can edit by inputting your desired text, the very desired text you want. Input it. All right. We also reviewed that today. Okay. We reviewed inputting your text. We reviewed text template, like this very part. You see where you can select inside this box. You can delete the existing text that you are seeing there and input your text. After you're done with it, select, you check bedroom, then you find out that every feature is available unto you. Every feature is available unto you. Okay, the font, the style, the effect, the animation, your bubble, and all of that. So that is that about that. And uh, when you are done with your editing of your text here, you click on your add, click on the add. One moment, just observe it. Okay, so you have to try as much as possible to be very diligent in becoming intentional about professionalism on this field. Can earn you as much as you are willing to earn. Okay, so but then demands are out there for video creators, and you can help find yourself in an organization or a sphere where such um, task is required. You can fill in. Okay, so can be very can become intentional. And how do you do that? You make sure that you practice it. Make sure that you practice it. Make up your mind. I am going to be very good in this project. I am going to perform better. So the tool is in your device. For those who participated or joined from yesterday's session, you discovered that we were able to download the application from the Play Store. All right, we were able to do it. Download the application from the Play Store, right? And install it and launch it, right? So now that the software is in your device, make sure that you go through every part of it. Okay, every part of it. So your trim is to help you to mark um to split your footage at an endpoint of where something is being said or a visual is being an unwanted part of a scene, you want to delete it. All right, you want to delete it. Okay, so that is that. And the out point is so making sure that that item is separated. It's like carrying a particular smaller portion of something, removing it from the whole. Okay, so remember that if I am to use, let me use an example. For example, you have a long stick. What you're gonna do is, in order for you to be able to take out some part, maybe okay, you have to slice it one, two, one, two. That middle part, remove it. One, two, you join it together, you glue it, or you bond. Are you getting in now? Putting it just like taking this portion like this, taking this portion off like this. Okay, taking this other portion and this other portion, bringing it together. You go forward again. Any other portion, all right, something of that nature. Something of that nature. So, and those are what we're able to explore today. Then transition, very important. Transitions. Remember that your the first thing you should make sure that you're able to achieve is to remove every part in the video that you know that you don't want them seen outside after the production. Okay, after the production of a video, to remove that very portion that you don't want to see again. All right. Yeah. So that is that about that. Okay. So let me see if I can walk you through Adobe Premiere Pro. All the tools are all the tools are present. You can explore them accurately. Okay. So okay, that's fine. All right. Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay. So very fast. Okay. In your CapCut, your slice feature is the split to end. You drag. Okay. In your Premiere Pro, your slice feature is the result to selection and ripple delete. All right. So now, one of the most key important things that you should put in mind is making sure that you're able to reorganize or reorder your segment on your timeline in order of progression, how you want it to play out from the onset to the end. All right. Okay. Now you can show how to add your basic text, change font size, adding and customizing. Okay, applying your basic transitions, something of that nature. You have your default crossfade, dissolve, slide transitions. You have drag and drop between clips, customize duration. All right. So what you do is to go and drag, go and ensure that import a two clip, bring one title, add a transition, put the music. All right. Okay. So let me show you something on this Premiere Pro in a jiffy. Um, Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm launching the Premiere Pro. I would have loved to show you the short keys buttons on the one moment. I would have loved to show you some short buttons on the short keys on how on your editing with Premiere Pro. So remember that this is the interface of Adobe Premiere Pro. We reviewed it yesterday. Okay. Look at this marula, this verula display point. This item hub made to be able to move between my clip. Now remember that in order for me to be able to remove this part, maybe I want to remove this part, what I would do is to highlight it, highlight it and delete it and slice it. This very point like this, click on your delete button. It is deleted. Select this item and make sure that when you're operating with Premiere Pro, you can also be looking at the wave. You're observing your wave. If your wave is flat, that means there is no audio there. When the wave is up like this, you'll be able, you will be able to slice it. You'll be able to hear an audible, okay, audio, something, maybe music or somebody speaking also, an effect overlay. I believe we remember the way we were able to bring in footages in here. So until you are able to cut, Okay, welcome back. So now, this is a whole video. I'm deleting everything. Delete everything. Remember, your computer is different. You have your delete button on your keyboard, right? You can delete it immediately. You have your delete button on your keyboard, right? Bring your footage in. Could be a very one. It could be a video. Could be a video like this. Okay, effect menu. Remember that everything here, we have effect control. Okay, the effect control is also at this very top, this side of the source monitor. Okay, source, select your item, you go to your effect control. You see your motion. Under your motion, you're able to scale. You're able to scale your video. You're able to scale your video, right? And okay, you're able to scale your video. Let's assume we're scaling this, scale this item to the full screen. I will put it in order. At this very point, I can, so you see that this footage is in a hole. It is one. Okay, it is one. Okay, this is our result too. So maybe this video play up to this point, and I want to remove between this place and this point. So what I will do is to use my razor, and slice it and play it to the very point that I want to remove. To the very point that I want to remove, I will click on the razor again. After clicking on the razor, you see that the video is a whole before. Everything, when I click on it, everything is selected, but now a part is selected. There is a similar portion that I selected the end point. At this point, I selected it, and this other point, I was able to select it, which is the in and out point. All right, the in and out points has been successfully selected. Has been successfully selected. Okay, this is the in points. This is out points. This is the in point. This very point and this very point now. This clip is separated from the entire video. Now, if I come to this point and I just want to, okay, this person is walking toward the car. He's walking toward the car. Let us play. Oh my God. Okay. So at this very point, I can decide, okay, maybe at this point, I can decide at this very point that I will slice this footage. I will slice this footage. What I will do is to take my razor tool and slice it. So now that I've sliced it at this point to this point, at this point to this point, I can decide to play it and listen. Okay, maybe this is what I want to remove from the video, and I don't want it to go out with the entire footage when we are done exporting it as a whole video or one video. I will now do what? I will not select it, I will not slice it. So when you see, when you will find out that this point has been separated from the entire clip, this very point has been separated from the entire clip. So now I can decide to delete it. I can delete it. When you delete in Premiere Pro, you see that this place is now empty. So what you do is to repo, right click on it and click on repo, this empty space now. Once you delete a particular item you don't want to see, you see that this space will be empty, blank screen. Okay, so what you now do is to right click on this blank screen and repo it, delete it. So that very point has been removed. Okay, now this is a video where this person was reviewed. We are no more going to see it. Okay, so we're going to start from where we start seeing this person walking towards the car. Okay, okay, this place where the person is walking toward the car, we can decide to slice it. We slice it here and go to where it stop. We don't want to see this particular scene at all. This very point, we don't want to see it at all. All right, we don't want to see it at all. Okay, let's find out. Okay, this is where we stop seeing it, right? So what we do is to slice it. See that now that we have sliced it, is separated from the entire video. We cannot select it and delete it. So you find out that it is now an empty place. It is now null. It's empty. So when you select on this empty place, right click it, you'll see your repo delete. Then the video after is going to repo to meet this very place. You now find out that that place that the lady is walking towards the car is no more in the footage, right? Is no more in the footage. So that is how to delete, how to remove or cut or split a footage in this very software, Adobe Premiere Pro, right? Now look at this very footage. We have more layers, video 1, 2, 3 and above, audio 1, 2, 3 and above. Okay, so if you drag it up here, whatever you drag up, look at it now. This very item is a picture. We have put it at the top of this item. We can rescale it by coming to our effect control, the motion and the scale. You can rescale it. You see, this item is at the top of the video, the previous video. So something like this, and change the position where we want it to be. All right. So this is that. Now you'll see that there is another method we reviewed to you in the Premiere the CapCut the other time, where you can get to slice instead of you to slice it, you get to readjust it from the end point or the in point. Look at the end point and the in point like this. The end point or the out point or the in points, something like this. Out points, in points. So we can shorten this very item as portable as this point. It will not have to show in the entire video. But let's make it like this. So we come play like this. Look at it, and it has left. Are you getting now? We can expand it. Are you getting it now? Look at it, it shows it's still there. All right. So that is that about that. If you look at it very well now, there is the transition. Okay. And for Premiere Pro, in order for you to be able to access your transition, what you do is to go to your effects. Go to your effect. Okay, okay, so that is that. Now, in your effect, in this Premiere Pro, under that effect is where you get to see your presets. You get to see your Lumetri presets. You get to see your audio effects. You get to see your audio transitions. You get to see your video effects. You get to see your video transitions. All right. Now, so when you are able to meet up with the task of slicing or cutting the very part of the videos that you don't want to see in your entire video, and you want a transition between a particular scene to the next one, or a particular footage or a video to the next video or footage or visual, what you're not going to do is to come to this effect panel here and then select your video transition. Select your video transition. You see different types of transitions here. Video transitions. You see the 3D motion. You see the dissolve. You see film impact. You see iris. You see page fill. You see slide. You see wipe. You see zoom. All right, these are all transitions. Okay, so assume we want to use a film, possibly. Okay, let us explore a dissolve, which is a cross dissolve, right? Cross dissolve. You can decide to pick up of this cross dissolve and preview it. You have the ability to preview everything that you apply. Okay, cross dissolve, apply. So you see the effect of the transition on the footage. Okay, you see the way this item was able to come in. Let us delete that very one again and preview it. Look at the way it will look. Let's delete this transition. And remember that you can only put a transition between two cut items, two items that is successfully cut accurately. Okay, so you've got to select your cross dissolve. You drag it and put it at the edge or between these two items that are selected here. Play it, you see the way it comes in. That is cross dissolve. All right. Let's look for another kind of a different transition. Look at this very push. We drag it and put it at the very edge of this item or a layer or a footage. You see the way it will act, the way it will behave. Look at this very. You see it now. He was able to push in from the right to the center of the screen. Okay, and you can edit each transition that you applied. Now that we have put bring in this transition, when you click on this transition, check your effect control, you will see the features of that effects that you selected from this effect menu, right? We have just used the push under this film, under this transition, right? Under the video transition. Now look at it now very well. You see this item is east to west. You can also ease it from west to east. So if we select this very one here, it changes direction. So you have the ability to edit, you have the ability to modify your transition by clicking on the transition that you have already dragged and placed on your layer or your footage. Okay, now this item that is showing here, now we can decide to cut it. We can decide to cut it. We can decide to cut it. Look at it now. We can decide, see this whole item here, picture here has been cut and be sliced. So when I'm selecting it now, they are in segments. They are in segments. I can delete it. All right. It is not empty here. You play it now, you see that at that point that you deleted it, that very item is no more there. And now it has seen it again. Look at it where it left. It just left like that. And I can decide, we can decide to change the transition to explore a better transition for it. You can decide to use a chroma leak. All these transitions, you can use them, explore them for your use. Let us play and see how this transition will look. Look at it. Okay. Look at the way this transition left. Okay. Do you see it now? Look at zoom, blur, zoom, blur. Look at the way it looks. Play it. This is zoom, blur. It's zooming and it blurs everything. And that is that about that. So you have the ability to bring in more transition. You can explore them here. See more transitions. But let me make it bigger for you to see it. Okay, I hope you are able to be able to see it clearly at your own end. Okay, 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 all right. Okay, so this is basically cross additive, deep to wide, morph, film dissolve, impact, blur, and more. You see the iris. Okay, so all these are transitions, and you can apply them by dragging them and releasing it at the very edge of your footage. Now look at this very place now. At this point now, this very place now, I will not be able to apply a transition at this clip, but because this clip is a whole clip. Look at it now. Let me drag and put it here now. It is not going to reflect. It's not going to be, it will not apply to this place. So it can only apply between two clips that is successfully sliced. All right. So in order for me to be able to apply a transition on this very footage, what I need to do is to come to my razor tool and select it. When I select my razor tool, I can now do what's click on it. You see that this whole item has been splitted into two. So now that it has been splitted, I can now drag my particular tool and put it between them. Right? You see this? I can now put it between these two. But before now, you discover that we were unable to do this simple task, right? We could not do it before. We could not do it before. We could not do it before. So now preview it, take it back and play. Oh my God. Let us reduce this. Resolution is high. You see the effect is reflected. This is a blur dissolve. Blur dissolve. So you see now that we are being able to put a transition between these two clips successfully, right? So that is that about it. Then we have the text tool. Look at this text is this item, the type tool. Click on your screen. It will come as a layer. It will apply as a graphic layer on your footage. Then you write transition, transition in Adobe Premiere Pro, right? Transitions in Adobe Premiere Pro, correct? Okay, so this is the essential graphics panel where you get to be able to modify your text. All right, where you are able to modify your text by all these items such as align and transform. You get to see how in your align and transform, either you see your positioning to the left, right, up and down, left, right, up and down, left, right, up and down. Then you see this 100% is to toggle animation for scale or increase it. You can increase it, decrease it, and all these features has the capacity or the ability to the ability to be animated. Okay, they have the ability to be animated. So this is a text. We have more features here that can help you to modify the text the way you want it. Look at this picture that I have here. Okay, you have the ability in this essential graphics panel to edit every type tool that you introduce to your workspace. I can either increase this, I can make it, when I increase it like this, look at it, I can take it up. I can decide to take it up, right? I can decide to make it to fill the whole entire project. I can, if I expand it from the edge, remember that if you are to make it, expanding this item shows that the duration at which this very item will last on your timeline or sequence. How it is going to last, the shorter this item on your timeline, the faster it goes. But the longer you see it in the entire frame, from 0 second to the entire seconds or the minutes of your footage on the timeline, it is spanned across the entire timeline. So we have it right there. Everywhere we go, this transition in Adobe Premiere Pro is still showing here, right? It is still showing here, right? If I click on this item again, you see this essential graphics is shown the properties of this item that is selected. I click on my transition in Adobe. See, I will be able to do modify this text. See, this is bold, bold on bold, bold on bold. This is italic. All right. This is all capital letters, small letter. All right. So this item is so interesting and dynamic for your use. You see your text type is here, and choose the form, the text form you prefer here, right? And choose it. All right, so that is that about it. Okay, so what is, let us say, okay, this very point, and remember that, like, if I'm to add a transition to this very text, as it is at this point, I can never add, I cannot add a transition here. I can only add a transition to the edge of a layer, a video, or a footage, this very image right now. I can add it to this edge, a transition. Look at the way this text will come. At this point, you see that the text just pop up like that. Come. Look at it. Maybe it will end here. Let's drag it. Look at the way it functions. These edges. Okay. Look at the way it functions. This very edge. Just drag it here like this between this very edge. You see it, okay?
Now there's one function of reducing the duration of a particular layer or a footage that is on your timeline. Look at it. See this one at the left. But I cannot apply a transition. Come back to your effects panel here at the left here. This is the effects panel. Look at your video transitions. Video transitions. All right. Look at your impact flash here. Look at the impact flash. Your flash. If I drag it, I won't be able to add it to this very I won't be able to add it to this layer. Why? Because there is nothing to respond to. It's only respond to an edge of a footage or a footage that is split. In fact, an edge. You can leave it as an edge, right? You can leave it as an edge of a footage. This footage can only um, understand that it can only interpret a transition if this layer is split at this point. Select your razor tool. Look at it now. We have this razor tool. If I select the razor tool here and bring it to this very marker here and click on this item, you see that this item is already splitted. It is already what? It is already splitted. Now, when I click on my selection tool and come back, you see that this entire item is no more a whole layer again. It is already become two segments of layer. Now, in order for me to be able to add transition, if I drag my transition and place it here, it will come. So before you discover that the transition was never responding to it before because the entire video was in a hole and there is no edge here for the transition to respond with. It is only to transit a particular scene to the next, or a particular transit from a point to another point, right? Now let's preview this transition, see the way it looks. Oh my God. See the way it is looking. Let's put it on the full screen. Remember, this is where you can choose the resolution, preview resolution of your item, your screen, your program monitor. We did something on program monitor yesterday. Leave you follow up the training. Look at it is gradually okay. You see this effect as responding. Let's bring in this very one. Here's let's play it and see the way it appears. Look at the way it choose that is gears. All right, so that is how to bring a transition to your project. All right, now as soon we are done with this entire video editing it, what we'll now do is to it to export it out. Okay, we'll stop here for today. Tomorrow we'll do something more better. We will explore better tomorrow. So okay, then let us end it here right now so that you can have a beautiful time ahead. But then do ensure that you're able to go back home and sit down at your leisure time and take out the time to watch it, right? Take out your time to watch the footage very well. Meanwhile, feel free to drop your comments. Drop your comments, right? Drop your comments. Drop your comments. Drop your comment if there is anything that you do not know. If there is anything that you do not understand, what you need to do is to ensure that you bring in your questions in the comment section. All right. And so for those of you who will love to have this kind of training with us over time, some people may not be maybe may not be maybe busy at the moment or may not So, but then you probably want to have engagement with our further videos to ensure that you click on the subscribe button. Make sure you click on the subscribe button. We are going to see you tomorrow by 7:30 p.m. Make sure you come, do your practice, make sure you have your softwares intact, make sure you go home and explore and practice what we have already done today, right? Make sure you are able to practice every segment, everything that we are able to review today. Also, ensure that you start from the day one for those who are who were not able to join yesterday. Go through the day one, go through the video, come to the day two, and go through it, compare them, go to your software and explore them. Start practicing them, start putting them into practice, start doing something about them. Start cutting your footage, start reordering them. Look at this place now. Look at this footage right now. This very point I cut here like this. You know, I'm a pro on this item, so I can be very fast than you. So I don't can reorder this item here like this. Look at it right now. I'm bringing this one here, bring this one here. Can rearrange, reorder this item very swiftly and fast the way I really want it. So I don't need to do much again. Just simply. This item is very simple. If you put your heart to it, you get to understand it perfectly. But you need a lot of practice skills, a lot of practice, a lot of practice. At your leisure time, you must go through practice, okay? You can reorder it the way you want it, reordering it, carry this point, slice this item, bring it at the beginning, bring this very one. You can pick out a particular item here, carry this one, put it at this point, ripple it, or there are two methods. I can slice this point, bring it. It is that you repeat or you select it and drag all of them, bring it up like this. You can decide to select everything like this and bring it to meet up with this very item. And so it's so dynamic and so easy, very, very easy for you to do. It is so easy. It is very, very easy for you to operate if you're very, very ready to understand it. You will go, you get to know more about it. You get to do more exploit in it. You get to do more exploit in it. So this is another phase deleted, right? Very fast in this item. So that is what I'm expecting from you. Go home and take your time to explore them and practice this knowledge, and it is going to become a plus to you, right? Okay, so that is that about that. Look at this item. And this is what we call reordering your footage, rearranging your footage. Okay, maybe the last take was the intro. Maybe the last take was the intro, and the first take is the last. So you just order your footage to bring maybe with the you shoot your project. Okay, you remember the way you can shoot your project. There are different skills that you can also understand when it comes to photography, especially cinematography, right? So you get to understand something like that. You don't film it right, you just film it according to how you were able to get your right. And so it's a part. It's a pleasure to have you on board. Go and practice very well. Make sure that you take out your time and click on the subscribe button. Get to have more notification from us. So it's a pleasure to have you aboard. I hope to see you become a professional as soon as possible, right? Tomorrow we explore one of the things, whatever we have the ability to explore tomorrow, we're going to explore them, all right? Take out your time, you'll become a professional video editor. Professional video editor. This skill is a hot cake. Learn it very well. Make sure you learn it. Learn it for leisure, learn it for practice, learn it for work, learn it for any kind of work that you want to do. Keep yourself busy with it. Keep yourself busy with this very software. Keep yourself busy with it, right? Keep yourself busy with it. Make sure you practice them. Make sure you practice them. So, same comment section is there for you. Feel free to bring in your comment. Be free to do or to bring in your comment, whatever that you do not understand. Bring it in for those who um,
on the WhatsApp community. Make sure you show up, be engaging, engage. Don't keep mute. Speak out your mind. Speak out your mind. Make sure you know. Make sure you learn. Make sure you are able to learn something. Learn something about this item, and it is going to help you a lot in everything that you're doing. And yet, your personal project could be your personal project, could be your own shootings, your filming. You can film any project you want to film at any convenience of your choice, right? Right. So that is that about that. It's a pleasure to have you on board. Watch these items tomorrow. So okay, take your time and achieve milestone. I'll see you at the top as soon as possible. All right. So do great and mighty works. Exploit. All right. So that is what we're able to achieve today, and to have beautiful time ahead. There's any further information, we will communicate across to you through the WhatsApp group. But make sure that you go and re-internalize this footage, re-internalize these practice skills, and soft learn. Okay, and for some people, anybody who, for those who we really love for a one-on-one mentorship tutorial, visual tutorial, one-on-one mentorship, hit the comment section. All right. All right. Have a beautiful time ahead. And this is the end of today's broadcast. See you tomorrow by 7:30 p.m. All right. Have a beautiful time ahead. Bye. Bye.